Hey ladies, just talk on camera, we'll film a few things, plant a few seeds, but don't get in the ring because the men got this tonight. Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard putting tonight's show together, presumably. I'm John Rentham with my review of WWE Smackdown. As far as the in-ring action goes, there was some pretty damn good stuff. A few good storylines that they've got going. It wasn't perfect, but I do kind of think that what they could have done was found a way to put a women's match in here. Like, just cut the tag team championship match in half and just, have a women's match. Because otherwise, it's kind of a slap in the face of the women when there are some good women on SmackDown that aren't being utilized. But anyway, we start off with Roman Reigns coming to the ring with Jey Uso and Paul Heyman. And, Roman Reigns talking about Kevin Owens. I respect Kevin Owens. He's like a cockroach. I don't know why he called him a cockroach, but it is what it is. I mean, Roman Reigns has been killing it with these promos, and then he calls out Adam Pearce. And eventually Adam Pearce comes out, because he's the WWE official in charge of SmackDown and Raw, even though he's not the GM, but he is the GM, but he's not named the GM, but it is what it is. Roman Reigns says, "Here, Pearce, here's a package I have synced up for you," and it's all stuff that's happened to Kevin Owens. It's like, well, you're in charge. This stuff that happened to Kevin Owens is on your head. This blood is on your hands. We do our job. What do you do? Like, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? And he says to Pierce, well, do you think I'm stupid? Do you think Vince McMahon is stupid? It's like people who think I'm stupid, they're they don't like my family. They're disrespecting my family, and I can't have that. And tribal chief, all that. But again, this is a pretty fired up promo that got a little bit lost, but it is what it is. He, gets at him, he grabs him, and is like, well, you know what? My mistake. You're safe for now. Okay, whatever. Apollo versus Biggie for the Intercontinental Championship. Stop with the splash on the apron, please. I want Biggie to have a, long career, and I fear if he keeps doing stuff like that and the spear through the goddamn ropes, it's not going to be a good idea. Good power moves. Apollo being much more heelish here, and that was a good thing. They really need to pull the switch with Apollo and actually do something with him and don't just have him lose matches, a match after match after match after match. You actually give him something to do. Push him towards a singles championship, or put him in a tag team and with another heel and have him go after the tag team titles eventually, and just do something where you put a championship on the guy and he actually can make this work. I think Apollo could be a nice cocky heel because they pretty much have just started with him as far as a face, especially in the last year. So they do a superplex and then double pin and, cut to commercial. That's a nice hook, kinda. And the referee determines it's a draw. So the tie goes to the champion. And, Big E's like, well, that's it. And Apollo's like, no, I want another shot. And he figures out the best way to anger Big E is to slap him, repeatedly stroke his head. And that angers Big E. So he restarts, the ref restarts the match. Good back and forth. Apollo, again, much more heelish. This was good stuff. And eventually, big ending, 1, 2, 3. Apollo didn't look weak, though. Big E got fired up. This is some good stuff. Good story. If only they would do more shit with the Intercontinental Championship like this, then maybe there would be more prestige, or any prestige on that championship, like there used to be. Sonya talks to Adam Pearce and wants to help him by being his assistant, since he's doing, stuff on SmackDown and Raw, which is probably going to lead to Sonya pulling an Eve, like Eve did with Layla, and Sonya is going to find a way to worm her way into facing Sasha at Mania. And if that means Sonya will become the champion, good. I fucking hope she does. Also, Orton versus Drew on Monday, and we're getting The Fiend returning. If we don't get The Fiend returning or something, I don't know what the fuck we're doing here. Bayley and Bianca talk about the Rumble, because Bianca's like, well, I eliminated a bunch of people from the Rumble. Bayley's like, you didn't eliminate me. Well, you weren't in it. And I could win this Rumble and face you, except, you don't have your championship, so I may have blown my Rumble opportunity, but you blew your championship reign, and ooh. Both these women are pretty good promos. Some of this is kind of stagey. And then we have Sasha being the SI Superstar of the Year. Whatever. SI is a fucking fluff piece. They really are. It's not that Sasha doesn't deserve accolades, but when you got people like Okada and Naito and others, as far as women and as far as being in the upper echelon, she has done a lot of great work this year. I wouldn't have put her up there, but it is what it is. When they get Carmella and her hired help, she is, god damn it, just Jesus Christ. She had those pushed up so goddamn much that she even, jogged slightly, she would have given herself 2 black eyes. Kenny, Anyway, she's talking about, talent and everything. That's adorable because she has none. She's gonna face Sasha. Cool, whatever. Carmella, she's here. She just exists. Carmella just fucking exists. This new Carmella ain't working for me. Profits versus Rude and Ziggler. Montez's knee was a target. I didn't care about this match. I haven't cared about the tag team divisions for a while. The Spinebuster into the zigzag, 1, 2, 3. It was well worked. I just don't care about the Street Profits. Moving on. They're called the Dirty Dogs of Ziggler and Rude. It's kind of gross. Really gross, actually. Pierce is talking to Heyman. Heyman says, well, he tried to get Pierce to, you used to be a really big deal in wrestling. You wanted to be the WWE champion. And he was great as the NWA champion, also in Ring of Honor. Pierce did a lot of great work for a while, but he hasn't wrestled in 6 years. And then Heyman's like, well, I have influence, so I pulled some strings. He's Bela Lugosi and Glenn or Glenda, and he's in the Gauntlet match. And then we have recaps of Billy wanting to, basically join the Riot Squad, team up with them, manage them, whatever. And Cole saying that she was as annoying as ever. Michael Cole calling somebody else annoying. That's fucking hilarious. Michael Cole's always been goddamn annoying. Forever and ever and a day. So he ain't a fucking legend, by the way. I just want to say that right now. You can think it, but I'll never think it. Billy wants in on the team. Liv and Ruby have disagreements because Liv's like, well, what do you want me to say? She was crying. And Ruby's like, well, what the fuck? Without saying it. Ray and the Catchers met the Groove of Face, a.k.a. his son Dominic. Basically, Haley Joel Osment just not grown up. They get there, and then Sammy talks conspiracies while another camera crew films him for a documentary. And then Ray beats Sammy within 30 seconds to start this Gauntlet match. And then Ray versus Nakamura. This was good, as you would expect. This is the best Nakamura's looked. This is the best Ray's looked in the last few months. Some good stuff. This is how they should have been featuring Nakamura for the last few years, and they've done it a little bit and then dropped it. A little bit and then dropped it. And it's frustrating. That's kind of why I've given up on the fact that they're ever going to, feature Nakamura like they should have. So he gets an armbar on Ray and taps him out. That was good. And then Corbin throws Dominic into the steps, throw him harder next time, and then, attacks Ray because this feud will not end. Hey, at least we don't have the Murphy-Aaliyah bullshit. And then we get Nakamura versus Corbin. And look, Corbin can work and he's safe and this match was fine. Nakamura beating him actually surprised me. I was like, okay, Kinshasa for 3. Damn, Nakamura won. Oh, he's facing Daniel Bryan. Well, surely this will be Daniel Bryan winning, and then he'll face Adam Pearce because that's exactly what we need to see in 2021. All due respect to Adam Pearce, and actually some of his best work was during, a time where the NWA Championship just didn't have the prominence, even though it had the lineage. It just wasn't getting a lot of buzz outside of, smart fans, and a lot of, fans that were hunting out the tapes and everything. But Bryan and Nakamura had a really, really good match here. Nice pace, very good submissions. Nakamura at one point gained Bryan down, repeatedly thrusting into him with knees or something else. I'm going to let you decide. And then eventually gets another Kinshasa for 3. He pins Daniel Bryan. What the fuck? Show of respect. Holy shit. Daniel Bryan's doing some good shit here. I mean, not that that's shocking because Daniel Bryan in his sleep could out-wrestle most of the roster. And then Reigns and Jay show up and they just beat the shit out of Nakamura. And then Adam Pearce shows up and he's just standing there. What the fuck you doing? What the hell's going on? And then Pearce gets in the ring. They super kick Pearce, Jay does. And they put Pearce on Nakamura. So that's really all I gotta say about that. I'm gonna throw these away for this reason. This is how you feature Nakamura all this time. It took you this long to realize what you have now. I'm just going to say really quickly, Adam Pearce versus Roman Reigns, I have no desire to see that. It's going to be like a 3-minute match tops. Or they change it next week. I mean, sorry, does anybody really want to see Adam Pearce in the ring against Roman Reigns? As great of an athlete as Adam Pearce is, no. Is it better than Goldberg versus Drew McIntyre? Well, yeah, I could shit out something that is better than the prospect of Goldberg being WWE champion in 2021. But I'm sorry, if you think that they're going to, feature Nakamura, he lost twice to Jinder in 2017, which was goddamn abysmal. He won the Royal Rumble. They had a chance to push him. He didn't beat Styles about the 20 times they faced off. And ever since then, yes, he's had championships, reigns that haven't meant anything. Intercontinental U.S. title, his tag title reigns, it's not that he can't put on good performances. I just haven't bought into anything that they've done with him because they always pull the rug out from under us. So, yeah, sure, him versus Roman Reigns, yeah, okay, yeah, why the fuck not? Sure, all right, yeah, okay, pal. Yeah, Vince McMahon is going to be smart enough to be behind the curve and put the championship on somebody he should have put, it on about 3 fucking years ago. It's probably going to be Biggie, it's probably going to be Daniel Bryan, I don't have a goddamn clue. I'm not opposed to Nakamura being champion at Mania 37, it's just about 3 years too late. But anyway, overall, not that bad, it's just... I just thought that it kind of just, it's like, okay, now the Roman Reigns, Jey Uso stuff of them beating down, now it's starting to kind of get to NWO territory or late WCW where it's like, okay, the beatdown stuff. Yeah, I didn't really care for it. It is what it is. Anyway, agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.